A perspective view is a very good way of checking the data. We'll just toggle back off the tin flow and we're going to create a perspective view. This is done using the option View, New, Perspective OpenGL. For this option we're going to tile the window, so if you click back in Plan View 1 and select Window Tile Vertical, so this places our plan view on the left and our perspective view on the right. In the perspective view, again we have a series of buttons that are similar to in Plan View 1. We have a menu button, plus, minus, zoom all, pan, zoom window, zoom out, previous, toggle. Then we have a series of new ones. We have eye, where we can place the eye and target in a user-defined positions, an orbit button, a new camera button for version 10, a view joystick icon, walk, drive, redraw, and a printer icon similar to the plan view. We'll go into some of these options in more detail. The first thing we're going to turn on in our OpenGL view is tin ground. We can use the wheel of the mouse to zoom in and out. Right, we'll go through some of the options here. The joystick button is a way of being able to move around the view in a predefined manner. We can, by simply clicking on right or left, rotate the view. The arrow up, arrow down will then move our eye position up and down. We can change the angular step to say 1 degree, and the mode from step we can change it to continuous. So if you click on right now, it will circle around. By right clicking or pressing escape on the screen, it will then stop the option. We can also change the distance, say 10 meters, and as we zoom in now, it will then move in a continuous motion of steps of 10 meters. So we'll just finish on that panel. The orbit button is another good way of moving around the view. If we zoom all of the view, and we'll just zoom in a little bit using the mouse, we then click on the orbit button, and if we hold the left button on the view, we can then just drag around. If we zoom in a bit closer, again we just hold the left button and we can move around. A new feature in 12D is the camera button. So here our perspective view will be view 2, so we click set. You'll see a camera position in plan view 1, and you can basically move this around to the position you want. So if I wanted to look from this area here, this section here, okay, and then you can actually move the target around. Click finish on the camera option. We're now going to look at how we can display the tin in different formats. This format will be a tin mesh. If we just maximize our perspective view, click on the toggle button and click on tin mesh. The default here is for 100-meter intervals. So if we go to our menu button, walk right on settings, tins, mesh, and we can change our mesh X to 10 for our minor intervals and click set. If we now turn on our drain strings, so we'll just turn on survey, topo, bank bottom, bank top, and our drain center lines, you can then see the effect of the terrain as it grades down towards the drains. We can also turn on contours. So we just exit out of that option, go to toggle, tin contours, and we'll just toggle off the mesh. And again you can see the contours here. If we go to our orbit button and we move it around, you'll see the contours there, again representing the terrain. We'll now just toggle off the contours. Generally when you bring a perspective view up, it's the shaded triangles that you want to see. If you go to the toggle button and you click on shade, you'll get quite a good effect of the actual surface, a nice rendered surface. We can change the color of the shading. If we go to menu, walk right on settings, walk right on tins and click shade, we can change the angle, the sun angle, so to say 25 degrees, and click set. You'll see it then darkens the shading, making it a bit easier to see the actual break lines. We'll now finish the shade option by clicking set, then finish.